Hello everyone, welcome. My name is BadCode. How's everybody doing? Whoa! I'm happy. Today we're going to be adding an item to your item roster in your server. This item will only be able, you can only maybe sell it, buy it, place it on the market, but you won't be able to use it. Using it requires some coding to do that, so we'll probably leave that for another video. But for today, we are going just to add an item with an image to your server. But before we start, let's play a little game. Where the hell are we? If you do know, place it down in the comments, and I will reveal it at the end. I do hope you get it right. Oh, thank you for all the support you guys are giving me. It's been awesome seeing all the action that's happening here. You're the ones that give me motivation to do this. I love doing this, but doing it online, that's something new. And I only do this because sometimes I do search for things and I do not find them, so I make them. So I do hope you enjoy these things. If you do, just leave a like. It really does help the channel. If you want to be informed of new ones, just subscribe and click that notification button. Okay, so let's do this. Let's add our nice little item. We're going to add a key card, the most simplest one, but it can be other things. So let's go to your VPS server. So first off, go to your QB Core framework, resources, QB Core, and inside the share, we are going to be editing this file right here, items.lua. Before we even touch it, we are going to make a copy of it. Copy and then paste. You should have a copy of this because if you do mess up here, your QB Core server will not launch. It'll be buggy, the whole server. It will load the server, but it'll be chaos in the server. You can't do anything. So, fair warning, if it does go wrong, delete this one and replace it with your previous one. But again, make a copy. It doesn't cost anything to do it, and you always have this backup here. So we are going to edit this file, item.lua. Edit it in your favorite editor. I already have it here. This file holds all the items that are in the game. All of them, every single one. When you do add scripts, you do add them here, the new items. The images are added in another directory. We'll explain that later. But for now, we are going to go to the end of this file. If we haven't added anything to it, it should end with new SB mic. Yours should end like this with a symbol here. If it does, that's good. I just added more things, but we don't need to do that right now. So we're going to remove this. But in your side, you should have something like this. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy this last line. Just copy the whole line all the way to the end with a comma at the end. Copy it and place it right next to the previous one. Realign it. It doesn't have to be close to it, but you can't place it. We're just going to put two new lines in place, like some little text here showing that this is your part. Place like my items, so you know your items are here. The first thing we're going to do is change the name of this. We're going to call it, since we're going to add a card, I did create one down here. You're going to add this card into the game. I'll explain that in a few seconds. And I called it, actually, let me just change this. I put it all lowercase just so, in Linux most of the time it is case sensitive, so we should keep it all lowercase. So we're going to use the same name we're having here. So we're going to call this my key card. You can call this anything you want, just as long as it's letters. I'm not sure if we can add numbers. Let me just check if there are numbers. Yeah, we can add numbers too. It is a little picky with the characters. You can use underscore. Other characters, I am not 100% sure. For example, we've got underscores here and here, so don't go too far from using letters and numbers and underscores. So back to this. We are going to change my key card. We're going to change the name that the game is going to use my key card. This is just a reference. This is what we're going to call it. Let's put a little special text. Actually, let's do this like this, so it's much easier to explain. Sorry. You can keep it like this, but if you want it to occupy less space, you should place it like this. It doesn't matter if you use it this way or the other way. It's the same thing. Just make sure that when you do end it, it ends with the curved brackets and a comma. It is very important that the comma is there. So we're going to call this my key card. We're going to give it a little label. This is the label that appears when you put your mouse over the icon in your inventory. So let's call it the super duper key card. The weight, since the key card is very, very light, we can just put 0, 1, or if you want 0, doesn't matter. This is more to limit. For example, let's say you want an engine. You're not going to put an engine at 0, 1. You're probably going to put it at 100 or whatever. Item, we shouldn't change this. This should stay the same. The image, since we did call it the same name, let's put it here too. All your images should be PNG. I'm not sure if you can use JPEGs, but just to be sure, just use PNG. Okay, this is the fun part. These two commands right here, unique. This is, for example, you can only have one of that item in one inventory spot or slot. If you want to have more than one item there, you should place this to false. But since it's a key card and we only want that key card in that slot, we're going to place it to true. Is this usable? We're not going to talk about the usable part yet, so I will make a video of it afterwards. So we're going to place this at false. You should place this at false too. This is more for the usable thing. I'm thinking this is when you use it. If it says here to close, it will close the inventory box. But we don't want it to be closed, so we're going to put it false also. The description, also something you can put whatever you want. Let's put super duper key card that does not do anything. There you go. And there you have it. The key card is added to the system, but we don't have an image in it. We do have it, but it's not in the game yet. So this next part is us adding the image to the location where the images are located. So open up your Explorer. I'm gonna go back to your QB directory, which is in QB Core Framework, Resources, QB. Search for your inventory, QB inventory directory, HTML, and you're going to have a directory called images. Do not change anything in this folder. We're just going to add an image, and in the image directory, these are all the images of the inventory of the items in the games. You can use the same image for various items. For example, you can, where is it? There's one that's keycard. Where is it? Come on, where are you? For example, you can use the same keycard again, but give it a different name. But for now, since we did create one, the image that we're using is 100 by 100. I don't know why this is 96 by 96. It shouldn't be. It should be 100 by 100. It can be smaller and it can be bigger, but the ratio should be 100. It should be equal. For example, if you're using 500, have it 500 by 500. But I would suggest using lower resolution, because the lower it is, the less it occupies on your server and sending it to the clients that are playing on the server. So I've already created it. If you want, you can create anything. Just make sure that it's 100 by 100 is good. And for example, you could just place, I don't know, item. This is an image. It does accept transparent backgrounds, but since Paint doesn't have that function, you should use an editor that is able to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this image to this directory. There it is. And we're done. Make sure you're saved. This file is saved. If you're gonna have to restart the server, no matter what. QB Core is the main script of the server, and if you want your items to be there, you do have to restart the server. So here we go. You should see if everything went okay. If it didn't, it'll start popping errors all over the place if it didn't go as planned. So everything went well. I'm gonna have to restart my 5M to make sure, and let's go back to the game. Okay, let's see if the items are created. We're gonna have to use the command to give us ourselves the items. If you don't know your ID, you should write it down or see how it's done. As you can see, press T/ID, and our ID is 1. Since you restarted the server, it should always be 1. And then we're gonna give item. If you don't know how to give items to yourself, it's give item 1, which is the ID that we just saw, and the name we gave was my key card, and we want the amount of 1, and boom, there you go, 1 item. And when I said that part of unique, we placed it as true. So if we do add another one, it should enter to another box. I'm going to show you that if you do remove or place unique as false, we can stack them up. So let's do that. Go to your VPS server. Okay, as you can see, it's set to true. We're going to put it to false. Again, we do have to restart the server. There's no way to get through that. And go to your server after it has restarted. Okay, we are back. I don't think we have to go there. So since that thing is since unique is set to false, we can do this. Boom. We have 2. And if we add more, I don't know, like give item 1 my key card 50. We have 52 now. And there you have it. That's how you add items to the QB core. This is just adding. Using them is a little bit more complicated, as I said before. We do have to know a little bit about scripts to use them. I'll probably do another video with that. But for now, we're just adding them. So, does anybody know where we are? We are at the race course, or the horse race thing behind the casino. If you guessed it right, congratulations. If you guessed it wrong, you'll get it right the next time. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Again, the support that everybody's giving is amazing. I love you guys for that. And it really does motivate me to do a little more, or to show a little more of what QB Core can do. This is an excellent script to add that some things are a little cryptic. It's probably not the correct word, but something like that. And if you don't know a lot about Lua, you're entering a little confusing place. Those fans over there? Is that anybody you guys up back there? Again, I love doing this. I started doing this because I did see a lot of I didn't see a lot of information to do the things I have posted online on this YouTube channel, and I thought it would be helpful to everyone here. If it did help you out, if you did enjoy the video, leave a like. If you want to be informed of new videos, check that subscribe button and that notification button. It really does help the channel. We do have a Discord. If you check down below in the description, the link is there. If it doesn't work, tell me. I'll replace it. For some reason, I did mess up that one on a previous video. And that is it. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.